All right, what is going on, Laker fans? Appreciate you tuning in on this Thursday. Lakers beat the San Antonio Spurs yesterday. I want to spend a little time just talking about Victor Wembanyama. What do we think? Anthony Davis and Wembanyama going up against each other. Pretty fun game up until that fourth quarter where the Lakers decided to give up 45 points in the fourth quarter alone. Didn't really understand what was going there. How about they held them under 30? Held them to almost under 25 every quarter. It was 26, 24, and 24. And then they give up 40 freaking 5 in the fourth quarter. But they escaped. They survived. Lakers win the game without LeBron, 122 to 119. I don't want to spend too much time on just the actual game. I want to get into that matchup with Anthony Davis and Victor Wembanyama. I think that was kind of the storyline coming in, especially with LeBron not playing in the game. And it was our first chance to see Wemby up close and get an opportunity to see him against the Los Angeles Lakers. I've seen a few games with him. His opening game in his career, I watched that game where he took on the Oklahoma City Thunder. It was Chet Holmgren and it was Victor Wembanyama. I know he's had some games. He had a 20-20 recently, but getting a chance to kind of see him through a 48-minute game, I was curious on, especially against the Lakers. So my initial thoughts on Wemby. Let me kind of. I'll go back and forth here on my expectations kind of coming in. And listen, it's Anthony Davis, right? Like anytime that Victor Wembanyama, he's going up against a Joel Embiid, a Jokic, or something along those lines, that is special, right? Like I'm sure for him, it's the first time that he's ever got an opportunity to face Anthony Davis. So for him, I think those are moments that you kind of look at and say, okay, I'm looking forward to the challenge. Let's see what I can do with this. Here's Wemby, and I think, for me, a couple things that stood out more than anything else is the dude really, truly is a freak. Like I've never, somebody explained to me another player that you're like, okay, well, he's got that height. He's got that wingspan. He's so long. Oh, by the way, his game's not just down low. His game's actually predominantly from the perimeter. He's got a good jump shot. He could hit shots from the outside. He's a beast when it comes to getting block shots just simply because of his size. Let me kind of walk you through what Victor Wembanyama was able to do yesterday against, on the other side, top 10 player in the NBA and Anthony Davis. Here's Wemby's numbers. By the way, AD had a great game too, so he certainly was ready to go for that matchup. Wemby played 33 minutes last night. Victor Wembanyama had 30 points, 13 rebounds, shot 11 of 21, so better than 50% from the field. Took 5 threes, hit 4 of them, and also had 6 blocks and 3 steals. So on the defensive side, count his blocks and his steals together, he had 9. 6 blocks, 3 steals, still had the 13 rebounds, had the 30 points, was hitting some big shots towards the end there to keep the Spurs in it. I know he ended up getting called for a foul by kicking his feet out when the Lakers were up 3. So they had an opportunity to tie the game. And Wemby, I want to say that was his 6th foul. He was out of the game. Wembanyama was going up against Anthony Davis, and those were his numbers. And he's 19 years old. AD on the other side, by the way, balled out as well. 37 points, 10 rebounds. He had 4 steals. Didn't have a block shot, but he had 4 steals. 13 of 23 from the field. Actually took a couple of three-pointers, was 2 of 3 from the three-point line, and was 9 of 12 from the free throw line. So AD, who basically injured his ankle or tweaked his ankle, what was that? A minute into the game, maybe even less than a minute into the game, has the type of night that he has. But on the other side of it, listen, Anthony Davis having a big night, we've seen that. That's not going to be too big of a surprise or too big of a shock. Wemby's going to be an absolute baller. I know health is going to be the most important thing for him. I know durability. Usually you have players that size, but I think in today's NBA, one of the things that Wembanyama has going for him is he's not going up against Shaq. He's not going up against these the era of basketball is more on the perimeter. It's less inside the paint. So I think he'll be in the paint when he needs to be. I think he'll be in the perimeter when he needs to. I mean, if you're shooting 4 of 5 from the three-point line, that's pretty damn special. But Wemby, I saw some stat. I was reading something this morning. So Wemby had 30, 13, and 6, which has not won. So Wemby was the first rookie with 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks in a game since Tim Duncan in 1998. So pretty good class to be under. I know the Spurs aren't good. I know they've lost 18 games in a row. But for me, I definitely wanted to see what Victor Wembanyama is, what he's potentially going to be, and how that matchup looked against Anthony Davis. Here's the good news. Lakers won the game, and they got another one coming up against the San Antonio Spurs tomorrow. So if you want to see Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Davis again, you're going to get that opportunity tomorrow, and the Lakers better make it 19 straight losses for the San Antonio Spurs. And that was probably the disappointing part of last night is you didn't get a chance when that fourth quarter, I think they went into the fourth quarter up 18. Okay, if you're up 18, let's call this a day so that, AD doesn't have to play 38 or potentially tweak something else, 38 minutes. Or you just kind of keep your guys as fresh as possible. But that was not in the cards for the Lakers yesterday. So they'll have that opportunity coming up tomorrow to hopefully put themselves in a position where they could just blow out the San Antonio Spurs and keep it moving. Lakers in the standings, 5th in the standings, 15-10. So they're right in the thick. There's a ton of teams here within a couple of games of each other, which is no big surprise or shock. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Your thoughts in the comments here on what you thought of Victor Wembanyama. What was your initial thoughts of him in his first game against the Los Angeles Lakers? Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Back tomorrow. Thank you, Lake fans. Have a good rest of your day.